All right. So good morning. Hopefully you have 2 blocks today, or if not blocks, just something tall. You could even, I've got this travel mug. You could even use your water bottle. You'll just probably want something to put your hand on. And then you'll also possibly want a strap. And if you don't have a yoga strap, that's fine. You could use a belt, but don't worry yourself about finding something specific at this moment. It could be literally anything that you can grab. Even if you're just wearing a shirt or a bra top like I am, you could ultimately use that. Let's do this. So come onto your backs. Or actually, I lied. Come into tabletop. We're just gonna get right into it and come into cat-cow. So if you're listening to my playlist, you can press play. So we just start moving. I like to think of cat-cow as kind of a time to wake up and explore and just feel how my body's feeling. I'm just noticing what feels tight, a little stiff, maybe what feels good, what I'm craving, what kind of movement I'm feeling. I'm starting to tune in. I'm starting to breathe. And take a couple more rounds on your own. And eventually you'll come back to a tabletop in your neutral spine. From your tabletop, you'll extend your right leg straight back. And really important here is to not lift the tailbone up at the belly dip. I want you to find almost like a cat pose in the low back here. So you scoop the belly up and the tailbone reaches back. The tailbone almost reaches down. And you're really lifting through the belly. So this keeps the belly, the core engaged without dumping into the low back, which is super important. And then reach your left arm forwards. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, tap your elbow to your knee. Really finding that squeeze in the low belly. Inhale, extend it straight out. Exhale, pull it in, squeeze. One more, breathe in, reach. And breathe out, pull it in. Go ahead and place your left hand down and extend the right leg once again. And then bend the right knee. You're almost feeling like you had a beach ball in between your heel and the hamstring, so you're squeezing. And then keeping the low back long, really important again, you'll pulse this right heel up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the right knee come down, all the way down to the floor. And then cross the left ankle over the right. Sit all the way back. Come to a seat. And we're setting up a twist. So left leg comes down, grab your right foot, place it outside the left leg, and then turn to the right. If you want, you can plug the left elbow outside the right thigh so you can twist a little bit deeper. Keep your legs as they are, but turn forwards. You'll lift the left foot, place the left foot on the mat. You should be in a figure 4, and you'll probably need to adjust the hips. So opening up the right hip, the right glute. Think of moving the right knee away from you towards the front of the mat. Think of pointing the right toes straight up. And then to come out of it, you'll just cross your ankles, come forwards, downward facing dog. And from your downward dog, walk your hands all the way to the back of the mat, ending in a forward fold. And you can do what you'd like here, perhaps a ragdoll or a bind the low back. Just drop your head, soften the knees. then start to round your way up to standing. Once you stand up, you'll reach your arms all the way up. And then on your exhale, you'll fold forwards all the way down. Walk your hands forwards to a high plank pose as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, tap your knees down, find child's pose, hips sink back to your heels. Stretch the fingertips forwards, lengthen the sides of your waist. And then start to slide the hands back so you can come up to a seat. As you breathe in, stand on your shins, reach the arms up. As you breathe out, cactus the arms, bend the elbows, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the chest, and as you do so, squeeze the glutes a little bit. So a lot of back body strengthening today. On your inhale, stand straight up, reach up. 2 more, exhale, cactus, squeeze the shoulder blades, squeeze the glutes and the hamstrings as you lift the chest, a little back bend. Inhale, reach. Last one, exhale. Inhale, straight up. Exhale, hands to the floor for tabletop, and then right into puppy pose. So you crawl your hands forwards, keeping your hips over your knees, and you melt your chest down. From here, slide your hips all the way forwards until you find your way into a Sphinx pose. Elbows slightly ahead of your shoulders. Pushing the forearms down so you can pull the chest forwards. Take a breath in, and then come onto your belly all the way down to the mat. As you breathe out, tent your fingertips wide on the floor off of your mat. Inhale, lift your chest but lower the shoulders. Exhale, tap your right shoulder towards the mat, look to the left. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, left shoulder dips. Inhale to lift forward. And exhale, come all the way down, press back to tabletop. Second side, left leg goes straight back, but be really mindful of the low back here. We want it nice and flat, and you're almost finding, you'll almost feel like you're rounding the low back the opposite way, like cat pose. That's how much you're scooping the belly in. And then reach the right arm forwards. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, tap elbow to knee. Inhale to reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale. And exhale. This time as you inhale, right hand down, left leg goes back. And same thing, bend that left knee. So we're finding the hamstring and the glute here. Squeeze, 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 and then pulse up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just tap the left knee down. And then cross the right ankle over the left, sit all the way back, come to a seat. We'll set up a twist. The right knee comes down to the floor. Left foot steps outside the right leg. And you turn to the left, either hugging the left knee in or maybe crossing the right elbow outside the left leg, always lifting the chest. Unwind, but keep your legs as they are. If you just undo the right foot, step it down, you'll find figure 4. Flex the left toes. And then to come out of it, cross your ankles, find a downward facing dog. Rolling over your shins, planting your palms, letting your hips lift. Walk your hands all the way back, forward fold, back of the mat. And same thing if you'd like, a ragdoll or a little bind with the low back to open the shoulders. And as you round your way up to standing, head is the last thing to come up. Inhaling, sweep the arms up. Exhaling, fold forwards. Walk your hands all the way forwards, high plank. Breathe in. Child's pose, breathe out. And drag your hands back, come up to your shins. Stand up, sweep the arms up, breathe in. Breathe out, little back bend, bend the elbows, lift the chest, but squeeze the glutes here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale to lift. Last one, exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the floor, and then crawl your hands forwards, keeping your hips over your knees, finding puppy pose. Slide the hips forwards, come onto your belly for Sphinx pose. One more breath in. Lower to your belly as you breathe out. Tent your fingertips wide. Inhale, heart forwards, lift. Exhale, left shoulder dips, look to the right. Again, lift the chest. Right shoulder dips. Breathe in. And then lower all the way down, press back to tabletop. We'll run through it one more time with a couple variations. Reach the right leg straight back, keep scooping the belly in, and then left arm forwards. Breathe in, breathe out, elbow to knee. Inhale, exhale, pull it in. One more, breathe in, and breathe out, elbow to knee. As you breathe in, left hand down, right leg extends. And then I'm turning to face you so you can see it a little bit different here. You'll bend the right knee, but lower it just in line with the left knee so it's hovering. And then open the right knee out to the right. Lift it up as high as you can get it, but notice if you're dumping all the way into your left hand, try to keep the hands even, weight is even. And the goal here is to feel the outer right hip. So we'll pulse the right knee up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the right knee come all the way down. Cross the left ankle over the right and sit back. So setting up our twist, left knee flat to the floor, right foot steps outside the left leg, turn to the right. And then unwind the twist, lift the left foot, stamp it down on the floor, you'll find figure 4, adjusting your hips as you need to. So we're basically lengthening what we just strengthened, the glute and the outer hip. And then crossing your ankles, rolling over the shins, downward facing dog. Plant your palms, hips go up and back. Walk your hands to the back of the mat, forward fold. Flat back, breathe in. Breathe out, fold. Stand up, inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold forwards. High plank as you inhale, crawl forwards. And then exhale, tap your knees for child's pose. Slide the hands back, come onto your shins. A little bit different this time. Inhale, stand up, sweep the arms forwards and up. And exhale, one time we'll cactus, keep squeezing the butt. This time find eagle, right arm goes under the left. This round is all about the quads, the front of the legs, so I really want you to feel those as we do this. You'll see in a moment. Inhale, lift the elbows, squeeze the butt, little back bend. And then exhale, sit your hips all the way back. Come on to sit on your shins. As you inhale, you're gonna push your hips forward, squeeze the glutes and the fronts of your leg, little back bend here. And then exhale, sit all the way back, squeezing the quadriceps. 2 more, inhale to lift, little back bend. And exhale, sit back. Last one, inhale, think glutes and hamstrings. Exhale, cactus the arms, bust it open, and then come to a tabletop. Right into puppy pose, hands crawl forwards. And then slide forwards for Sphinx pose. If you want it a little bit deeper this time, you could push the palms down, maybe lift the elbows any amount. Breathe in. And then come back to your belly, breathe out. Tent the fingertips wide. Inhale, lift the chest. Right shoulder dips, look to the left. Inhale through center. Left shoulder dips. Good, inhale, come forwards. Exhale, back to tabletop. We've got one more side. Left leg reaches straight back. Keep scooping the belly up and in. Right arm goes forwards. Breathe in. Right elbow, left knee. All about the core here. Inhale. Exhale, pull it in. Keep it really strong and steady. One more, breathe in. Breathe out, elbow to knee. Right hand down, left leg goes back. Inhale. And then exhale, bend the left knee, lower to hover in line with the left knee. And then lift that left knee up to the left. And you're only opening the hip. Try not to lean all the way into the right side. We'll pulse the left knee up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the left knee down, tap it to the floor, cross the right ankle over the left, and sit all the way back. So the right knee comes down, we're taking a twist, left foot crosses over the right foot, turn to the left. Keeping a long spine as you twist, lift the heart. And then figure 4, turn forwards, palms plant behind you, lift the right foot, stamp it on the mat, adjust your hips however you need to. Try not to collapse the chest. And then downward facing dog, cross the ankles, roll over the shins, hips go up and back. Crawl your hands all the way back, forward fold. Finding yourself at the back of the mat, flat back, breathe in, breathe out, fold. Stand up, arms rise, big inhale. And exhale, dive it down. Walk your hands forwards to a high plank as you inhale. Exhale is child's pose, sit back. Drag your hands back, come up to your shins, and then stand up, breathe in. Cactus, squeeze the shoulder blades, breathe out. Left arm goes under, eagle your arms. Same thing, find a back bend here, lift your chest, squeezing the butt really tight as you lift. And then exhale, sit all the way back. Ideally feeling the quadriceps there. Push your hips forwards, lift the chest, inhale, squeeze the hamstrings. Exhale, sit back. 2 more, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one, inhale, the more you squeeze the glutes, the more you protect the low back. Exhale, cactus, so open the arms, and then take your hands down to the floor, tabletop. Right into puppy pose, crawl your hands forwards, last time. And then hips slide all the way forwards to a sphinx. Option to lift the elbows any amount if you'd like. 1 more breath in, and come all the way down as you breathe out. Tighten your fingertips wide. Lift your chest, inhale. Left shoulder dips as you exhale. Inhale through center, lift the heart. Right shoulder dips. Inhale, come forwards. Exhale is downward facing dog, however you want to get there, through a table or a plank pose. And just get situated here for a few moments. You might pedal out your heels or do whatever you like to do in your down dog. We'll run through a couple sun A's together. As you breathe in, lift your heels. As you breathe out, bend your knees, look forwards, and get your feet to your hands. Flat back, inhale. Exhale, fold. Stand up, push into your feet, reach the arms up. And as you breathe out, fold forwards. Flat back, inhale, plant the palms. On your exhale is Chaturanga. Step or hop right back to Chaturanga. Inhale is upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing. Follow your breath. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, see where you're going. Feet to your hands. Flat back, breathe in. Breathe out, forward fold. Stand up, push your feet down to rise. And then breathe out as you fold. Flat back, inhale, heart goes forwards. Heart stays forwards as the feet go back. Upward facing to downward facing dog. If you'd like, you can run through 1 or 2 more rounds of sun A on your own, or it's a good time for a little break. wherever you are, if you're moving or you're seated or you're in child's pose, you're just thinking about breathing. So even as we take rest, even as we take a break from the flow, we're still trying to keep a steady, deep breath. And eventually you'll start to finish off your flow, making sure to take a quick moment for some water. And we'll meet back in downward facing dog in a moment. Notice how you're breathing, notice where you're breathing, if your breath is stuck in the chest. Maybe you can lower it down into your belly a little bit more, allowing for some deeper, more full breaths. Even expanding the sides of your waist and the low back as you inhale. And we'll start to find our next flow. So starting in downward dog. Breathe in as you reach your right leg up and back. Breathe out, shift forwards like you're coming into plank pose, shoulders over your wrists, and then tap your right knee to your right arm, or towards the right arm at least. Inhale, go up and back. Exhale again, shift forwards like you're coming into plank pose, but pull the right knee into your chest. Go up and back, breathe in. Breathe out, same thing, knee into your chest, but look forwards and then gently place the right foot in between your hands. High lunge as you breathe in, sweep the arms up. And then as you breathe out, warrior two, spin the left heel down and open up to the left. Inhale, reverse it, right arm over your ear, straighten the right leg. And then kind of like you're swimming, as you exhale, turn the right toes in, and then swim the right arm down to the floor. Left arm meets the right, you're in a forward fold. Flat back, breathe in. Breathe out, fold. Turn your heels in, toes out, bend the knees, and then round your way up to a goddess pose. Hands to heart center. And you can move a little bit here if you like. Sometimes I sway side to side, or I might bob up and down a little bit to try and open up the hips. And you're trying to push the knees behind you. So really opening up the hips a little bit more, and then keeping the low back under the shoulders, so keeping the spine stacked. As you breathe in, stand all the way up, reach up. As you breathe out, cactus the arms, squeeze the glutes, find that little back bend. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, warrior two. Reverse it, inhale. Exhale for side angle, right elbow to right thigh. Left arm circles in front of the ear, and we'll keep the left arm moving. So 3 arm circles. Inhale, really open that left arm, lean back. And then exhale, left arm circles down towards the floor. Inhale, bring it up over the ear. Exhale, take it down. Last one, big breath in, open that left shoulder. Exhale as the left arm circles down, turn forwards, back to high lunge, both arms rise. And then open twist, turn to the right. Lean forwards, cross your left elbow outside the right thigh. Press the palms together and let's tap the left knee down. And try to work your way into a deeper twist. So really push that left elbow into the right thigh. Hold the belly button in, lengthen the spine, lift the chest. Then we'll open our arms here, left arm down, right arm up. Left arm does not have to touch the floor. It's fine if it's just kind of hanging out in space. Reach the right arm back, circle it down. Breathe in, low lunge, arms rise. As you breathe out, half split just for a moment, hands to the floor. Shift your hips back and drop your head. Bend into your right knee, downward facing dog, chaturanga if you want to take it. Otherwise, Just skip it and step back. And second side, left leg goes up and back, breathe in. As you breathe out, like plank pose, shift forwards, but bring your left knee to the left arm. Inhale, shoot it back. Exhale, shift forwards, left knee into your chest. Again, go up and back. And bring it in, look forwards, super gently step the left foot forwards. And then stand up, push into your left foot to rise. Big breath in. Warrior two as you breathe out. Reverse it, straighten the left leg, inhale. Exhale, left toes turn in, swim your left hand to the floor. Right hand comes down to the floor as well. Flat back, breathe in. Breathe out, fold. Spin the heels in, bend the knees, goddess pose. Round your way up, stand up, hands to heart center. Just a moment here, think of opening the hips, pushing the knees open. Stand up, breathe in. Cactus the arms, lift the chest, breathe out. Inhale, reach up. Warrior two. Reverse it, inhale. Side angle, exhale. Right arm reaches over the ear, then let's keep it moving. Circle the right arm back, lean back, breathe in. And breathe out, circle it down. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, take it down, get into that right shoulder. Inhale, open. Then on your exhale, you'll circle the right arm down, turn forwards, high lunge, big breath in. Open twist to the left. Then lean forwards, get into your full twist, right elbow outside the left thigh. Push the palms together and tap the right knee down here. How much more can you lengthen the spine, lifting the chest? Pull the belly button towards your spine and see how much deeper you can twist. And then let's open the arms. Right arm reaches down, left arm up. Reach the left arm back, circle it forwards and up. Low lunge, inhale. Exhale to a half split, hips go back. You lengthen the left leg, let your head drop. Then back into the left knee, find your way back to down dog. We'll repeat on the second side and add on a little bit. From downward dog, right leg lifts, breathe in. Shift forwards like plank pose, right knee, right tricep. Inhale, go up and back. Exhale, think plank pose, but move the right knee towards the left arm. Inhale, go back. Exhale, knee into your chest. One more, breathe in. Shift forwards as you breathe out, right knee in, and then gently step it through. High lunge, inhale. Warrior two, open up. Reverse, right leg straightens. As you breathe in, swim your hands down to the mat for your straddle. Flat back, inhale. This time exhale, skandasana to the left. Bend into the left knee. Inhale, back to center, straighten both legs. And then exhale to the right. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, goddess pose, heels in, round your way up. Stand up, breathe in. Bend the elbows, squeeze the booty, breathe out. Inhale, lift up. Warrior two. Reverse it, big breath in. And breathe out for side angle. Inhale, circle the left arm back. Exhale, circle it down. Two more. Really get into that shoulder. Exhale, bring it down. Last one, inhale to circle open. Listen carefully. Exhale as you circle the left arm down. Spin forwards, warrior three. It's tricky. Push into this right foot. Take off on the right leg. You'll want to locate your blocks here. So let's take our hands down and make it a supported warrior three. Hand on the blocks or on your water bottle or whatever it is you're using for support for the hands. Lift the right outer hip. Right outer hip lifts, really push into this right foot, strengthen the right leg. And then turn your attention to the left leg. Flex the left foot, push the left heel up a little bit higher. You'll feel the glute turn on. And then keeping the left leg straight, start to open the left leg out to the left. Keep it as high as it can go. It's gonna suck. You're gonna feel the left outer hip. Keep lifting, lifting, lifting. It's almost like you're trying to touch the left shoulder with your left toes. Eventually, when you can't take it anymore, you cross the left ankle behind the right and you fold forwards. Take one of your blocks with you as you turn to the right. Move the left hip back. So we're opening up that left hip again. And then come back forwards, back to supported warrior three. Hands on the blocks, left leg lifts. And then half moon. Move the block under your right hand in front of the right toes and peel the left arm up. Lift the left side of your chest. High lunge, tap the left toes all the way back. Circle the left arm forwards and up. Open twist, right arm back as you breathe out. And then cut the left elbow outside the right thigh. Can you twist any deeper by lengthening your spine and pulling the belly button in? Split your arms open, left arm down, right arm up. Straighten that left leg, push the left heel back. Maybe you half bind, right arm behind the low back. This time as you inhale, it's flying warrior. So you spin all the way to the left, straighten both legs. Palms up, breathe in. Fold forwards as you breathe out. Flat back, inhale. Exhale, turn to the top of the mat, runner's lunge to downward dog, vinyasa if you want it. Second side. From downward dog, left leg lifts, breathe in. Shift forwards like plank pose, left knee, left tricep. Bend it back, inhale. Exhale, shift forwards, but move your left knee towards the right arm. But the chest stays forwards, even weight in the hands. Inhale, go up and back. Exhale, knee into the chest. One more, inhale, sweep it back. Exhale, left knee in, look forwards, gently step forwards. High lunge, arms rise. Exhale, warrior two. Reverse it, straighten the left leg, inhale. Exhale, swim your left hand down to the floor, straddle forward fold. Flat back, breathe in. Skandasana to the right. Straighten the legs, inhale. Exhale to the left, bend into the left knee. Inhale to straddle forward fold. Exhale is goddess pose, heels in, round your way up. Stand up, breathe in. Exhale, cactus, shoulder blades together, squeeze the butt. Inhale, reach up. Warrior two. Reverse it, inhale. Exhale, side angle. Let me keep that right arm moving. Inhale to open the right shoulder. Exhale, circle it down. Two more. Breathe in, right shoulder back. Exhale, down and forward. Last one, inhale, sweep it open. As you exhale, circle it down, look forwards, turn forwards. Warrior three, take off on that left leg. You can keep your arms lifted for a moment, or right away you find the blocks for some support. Eventually we take both hands to the blocks or whatever it is you're using as support. For supported warrior three. Hands on the blocks, but keep reaching the chest forwards. Let's lift the left outer hip. And then right leg, flex the right foot, lift the right foot a little bit higher, and then start to open the right leg out to the right. Keep it straight. Lift the right leg up as high as you can get it without dumping into the left hip. You're trying to touch the right toes to your right shoulder. Bring it forwards, forwards, forwards. We're moving super slow, feeling that outer right hip, and then eventually you cross the right foot behind the left. Forward fold, drop your head. Take one of your blocks, walk it over to the left. Both hands on the block. Gently move the right hip back. And then walk your hands forwards back to that supported warrior three for a moment. Extend the right leg. And then half moon. Left hand in front of the left toes as you reach the right arm up. Lift the chest. High lunge, right toes tap back, circle the right arm down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open twist. Right elbow outside the left thigh. Push the right heel back, straighten the right leg, lift the chest. Split your arms open, right hand down, left arm up. Option to half bind this left arm behind the low back. As you inhale, you'll spin to the right. Both arms reach up. Flying warrior. And then exhale, fold forwards. Flat back, breathe in. Breathe out, turn back to the top of the mat. And find your way back to down dog, Vinyasa or skip it. Let's take, if you'd like, another break here before we move to the final round. Try not to lose the focus on your breath here, even as you're resting. If anything, focusing more on the breath. Seeing if you can feel it down in your belly and in the low back. All right, let's do the last round. So as always, it'll be pretty similar to what we just did, but quite a few add-ons this round actually. So working up to a few peak poses. So starting in downward dog. Right leg lifts up and back, breathe in. Right knee, right tricep, get your shoulders over your wrists. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, think high plank. Heart goes forwards, but your right knee goes to the left. This time we're adding on a fallen triangle, so go ahead and shoot that right leg straight out. Spin the left heel down and then lift the left arm. Try not to sink into the right shoulder. Lift the hips higher. Push that right hand into the floor. And then we'll take this next transition nice and slow. Left hand down to the floor. Flip up the left heel. Right knee into your chest. Stay forwards, shoulders over your wrists. Turn the left heel down to the left. Right foot steps outside the left leg. Wild thing. Push your hips up. Right arm over your ear. Nice and slow here. Lift the right toes if you can here. Start to come back forwards. Right hand down. Whew. Right foot steps forwards. And we'll come right to warrior two. Reverse it. Inhale, straighten the right leg. This time, exhale, right hand grabs the left leg. It's like we're swimming. Left arm reaches up, breathe in. Left arm crosses over, makes an X, grabs the right leg. So you're in a straddle forward fold, your arms are in an X shape. Right hand is grabbing the left leg, left hand is grabbing the right leg, and you're relaxing your head. And then find eagle arms, so release the legs and just wrap the forearms together. Take a flat back here, inhale. Exhale, Skandasana to the left. Come back to center, breathe in. And then take it to the right. Come back to center, inhale. Exhale, goddess pose, heels in, toes out. You still got your eagle arms. Push into your feet, stand up, inhale, little back bend, lift the elbows, squeeze the butt. And then exhale, warrior two. Open your arms. Reverse it, breathe in. Side angle. Same thing, 3 nice big circles with that left arm, lean back. And I'm realizing I skipped a step. So at the last circle, come up to standing. Let's find eagle arms here. Left arm under the right. Come to flying warrior, right toes in. Lean to the left, inhale. Exhale, take a big circle down to the floor, and then up and in through the right leg, breathing up to take you up the other side. We'll do that 2 more times. Lean over to the left, follow your breath, big circle down, and then up and inside the right leg. And then last time, down to the left, circle down towards the floor. This time, look forwards, turn forwards, warrior 3 with eagle arms. Push into your right leg to lift the left leg up. Really strong in that right leg, that right glute. Now flex the left foot. Same thing we did before. You don't have the blocks here. Open that left leg out to the left. Really keep the left leg high. Trying to touch the left toes to the left shoulder. Eventually you find full eagle, so left leg wraps over the right and you upright your chest. We'll get into that hip in a second. Lengthen the tailbone down. Little back bend, lift the elbows, lift the chest. See how much you can lean back while keeping the tailbone lengthened. And then as you open the arms, lift the left knee. Find a figure 4. Left ankle over right thigh. Sit your hips back. Good time to catch your breath here. So we'll switch legs here and come into half moon. So step the left foot down, reach the right leg back, and then open your arms. Option 2, take the quad stretch if you want it here, grabbing the right ankle. Eventually stepping the right toes all the way back, high lunge. Breathe in, and then breathe out, open twist. Right elbow outside left thigh. And you'll split your arms open just like we've been doing. Now you've got a lot of options here that I'll do my best to show you. You could take a half bind with the left arm. You could take a full bind. I'll show you that variation in a second. If you don't have the full bind, it really requires quite a deep twist and really long arms. Option to stay here or take revolved half moon. You might grab a block under your right hand. You'll lift forwards, lift the right leg, and you could reach the left arm up. If you've got the full bind, see if I can get it. It'll be a revolved bound half moon, which is really tricky to lift the right leg with this bind. So you'll lean forwards. You might step the right toes forwards a few times, and then really strengthen that left leg. So push the left foot down, try to straighten it, and then eventually you can lift the right leg. And you're staying in the twist, so the left shoulder lifts. Eventually, everyone will find flying warrior, spin to the right, both arms rise. And then fold forwards in your straddle forward fold. Flat back, breathe in. Crawl your hands back to the top of the mat. We've got a half pigeon. Heel toe your left foot to the right. Bring the left shin down. We won't be here for too long, so we'll stay upright most likely. Sending the weight back into the hips instead of forwards in the knee. And then go ahead and come onto your left hip. Bring the right leg forward, straight forwards. Setting up a side bend. Left foot inside the right thigh. Right hand to your right toes. Left arm over the ear. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder and see if you can lift the left side of your chest up a little bit more. And then go ahead and sit up. Take your left hand down to the floor. Under your left shoulder, pretty close to the butt. Reach your right arm up. You're going to push into your left hand, roll onto your left shin and lift. It's like a supported wild thing. Really push the hips forwards, air out that left hip. And then sit back down and find your way back to downward dog. One more side. Starting in down dog. Left leg lifts, breathe in. Left knee, left tricep as you breathe out. Send it back, inhale. Exhale, shift forwards, left knee to right tricep. And then fall in triangle, extend that left leg, peel the right arm up, lift the hips up a little bit higher. Take it slow, right hand comes down. Lift the left heel up, left knee into your chest, or right heel up, excuse me. Keep your shoulders over your wrist. Right heel falls down, left toes step outside the right leg. So, what is this? Flip dog, wild thing, rock star, whatever you want to call it. Slowly lift the left foot. You start to scoot in, forward, left foot steps through, and we find warrior two. Reverse it, straighten the left leg, inhale. Exhale, grab a hold of this right leg with your left hand. Inhale, right arm rises. Exhale, cross the right arm over the left. Grab the opposite leg. Drop your head. And then find eagle arms, wrapping the forearms. Inhale, think flat back. Exhale, skandasana to the right. Straighten both legs, breathe in. And then take it to the left. Inhale to straighten. Exhale, goddess pose, round your way up. Inhale, lift the chest, little back bend, lift the elbows, squeeze the butt. Exhale, open the arms, warrior two. Reverse it, inhale. Exhale, side angle. We'll do those 3 arm circles. Follow your breath. Inhale, number 2. Exhale, take it down. Inhale, on the last one, you lift up. Let's come back into eagle, right arm under the left, and turn the left toes forwards. Breathe in. Breathe out, lean to the right. Turn it into a big circle going down inside the right leg, coming down to the floor, and then up inside the left leg. We'll do 2 more. Inhaling at the top, exhaling to come down. Inhaling to lift up, and then exhale, taking it to the right. Last time as you come forwards, you'll turn the left toes forwards. Warrior 3, take it slow, push into that left leg, sweep the right leg back. Really lift the left outer hip up. And then we'll do the same thing with the right leg. I want you to take this slow, flex the right foot, and we're very slowly lifting the right leg up higher as we open it out to the right. You're almost like you're trying to touch your nose here, right? Really slow, and then eventually full eagle, right leg crosses over the left. Just like we did in tabletop, scoop the belly in here, lengthen the tailbone down, like a cat pose almost. And then back bending, lifting the elbows, lifting the chest, squeeze the glutes, tailbone stays long. And then bust the arms open, lift the right leg, figure 4, right ankle over left thigh. Your hips a little bit lower, thinking chair pose. And then we'll switch legs. Tap the right foot down, open up to a half moon. Left arm rises, left leg extends. You could take Chaturanga, that quad stretch, grabbing the left foot if you want. And we'll meet in a high lunge. Left toes back, arms rise. Breathing into reach. Breathing out, open twist. And then cut the left elbow outside the right thigh. Almost to the end here. Straighten that left leg, and then straighten the arms. So make your choice here. You either stay here or you find a revolved half moon. Left hand walks forwards, you lift the left leg. You could half bind the right arm. Or you could get that full bind if you've got really long arms and a really deep twist. This is when, for me, having long arms and a short torso comes in handy. Really tricky to lift that left leg. I like to step the left foot closer and then push the right foot down to try and straighten the right leg as I lean forwards and lift the left leg. Be in here for like 3 seconds and I'm like, you gotta get the hell out. Left toe step back. Flying warrior, spin to the left, reach the arms up, and fold forwards. Crawl your hands back forwards and we'll find a half pigeon on the right leg. Just for a few breaths, so we'll stay upright. There goes my tea. Need that. All right, from your half pigeon, go ahead and come onto your right hip. Left leg comes forwards. Quick little side bend here. Left hand to left toes. Right arm over your ear. Opening up the right side of your waist, which we just shortened to get into our twist. And then sit up. Take your right hand under your right shoulder, left arm rises. As you lift the hips, you'll roll onto the right shin for a supported wild thing. Really press the hips forwards, enjoy this little back bend. And then sit down, cross your ankles. If you want one last downward dog, go for it. We'll ultimately wind up in a seated position. So if you don't want a chaturanga or a down dog, you can just come to a seat. So we'll take Gomukhasana to open the hips and the shoulders, and this is where you might want that strap. So I'll show you the hips first, and if it's too much, you're gonna wanna just come right here, maybe sit up on a block, especially if your hips are really tight, this is a good place to be. If you want to find the hip option, the idea is to stack the knees. So I wiggle the left knee under, cross the right leg. So we'll start with the right leg over. And my hips are pretty tight, so in order to get fully into it, I actually need to rock forwards, and then I can really, it takes a little bit of finessing, but then I can really squeeze the inner thighs together. And then as I sit back, you'll see that ideally, my hips are pretty tight today, but they're almost stacked. I'm not the best demo of this pose, but knees are almost stacked, and then I'm trying to wiggle my ankles so they're in line. And the goal is to have your right hip flat on the floor. Because my hips are tight, I kind of want to lean to the left, but I'm trying to keep my right hip down. Of course, I'm slippery too, so that doesn't help. And again, if this is just terrible, just come to a normal seat. So we'll do the arms. If you're using a strap, grab it in the left arm. Bend the left arm, take it behind the neck. So we're finding archer arms, Gomukhasana arms. And then the right arm, elbow bends, you wrap it around. If you can find the fingers super easily, just grab them. If you don't have a strap and you can't find the fingers, grab a hold of your shirt or your bra strap or whatever it is. Just grab a hold of something. And then when you've got it, you wanna almost tug it apart a little bit so you can lift your chest. Left elbow points straight up. Right shoulder reaches down, down and away from the ear. Try to relax here. I know there's a lot going on. Try to soften your jaw. Breathe into your belly. Let your hips get heavier. One more inhale. Exhale, release your hands, and let's just roll the shoulders. And then we'll switch. So leaning back, plant your feet down and just sway the knees side to side a couple times. And then we'll take the second side. So the left leg will go on top. Right leg goes under. Left leg goes on top, and you're really trying to shimmy everything, almost like eagle. Stacking the knees, and again, I'm gonna shift forwards and wiggle my legs closer together. And then when you sit back, ideally the left knee is stacked on top of the right, and your ankles also wanna be even, which mine aren't perfect, but what is perfect anyway, right? Trying to keep this left hip flat on the floor. And then we'll take the arms. Right arm reaches up and back. Maybe it's got a strap in it in the hand. And then left arm, you bend the elbow, send it around, finding the fingers or finding something to grab onto. Maybe it's your shirt. Trying to point the right elbow straight up and lower the left shoulder down, and then we'll just breathe. There's a lot going on here. There's a pretty intense bind, so often the tendency is to hold it really tight, but maybe there are some places you can soften here. Is it possible to relax a little bit instead of desperately just gripping and trying to hold it together, trying to prevent it from falling apart? Can you relax? One more inhale. Exhale, release the fingers. Onto my mat. Roll your shoulders a few times. And then undo the legs, plant your feet down and just sway the knees. And then come into a tabletop. We're starting to wind down now, but for just a moment before we do that, quick dolphin pose. So from tabletop, place your forearms down on the floor, making sure they're parallel. You want them to make an 11 shape. You want them to be in line with your shoulders. Your middle fingers point forwards, and then tuck your toes, lift your hips for dolphin. Try to find a feeling of eagle pose in your back. So you're separating the shoulder blades and making the whole back bigger by moving the shoulder blades apart. Pushing the forearms down into the floor. If you like doing it, you could lift one leg and then the other. Maybe there's a balance here if you've got pincha, forearm stand. No big deal if not. Just keep the breath steady. Eventually you'll tap your knees down. And find embryo. So child's pose, but reach your hands towards the back of the mat. And then sit up and we'll come onto our backs, all the way onto your back. If you're working on something, feel free to take your time, of course. We've got 2 or 3 back bends on the back. So starting with bridge pose. Plant your feet. And I like to start by pushing my triceps, pushing the backs of my arms down into the mat, feeling my shoulder blades move together, feeling my shoulders roll open, and then my chest lifts. That's a great way to start. And then you push into your hips, you lift the hips, and you've already got that really great openness in the chest as you're moving your shoulder blades closer. And it's really more about finding length here than it is lifting the hips as high as they can go. But you are squeezing your glutes, you are engaging the hamstrings. That'll help keep the tension away from your low back. Take one more breath in. And as you breathe out, you lower your hips down. Let's take the soles of the feet together, let the knees knock open wide. Reset your feet hips width. We'll do 2 more. Setting up a bridge pose the same way, shoulder blades together, lift the hips, push into the feet, squeeze the glutes. If you'd like, you could come into wheel pose, and I do have an add-on for you today if you're interested in it. You'll take your hands on either side of your ears, and then pushing into your hands, squeezing the elbows in just a little bit, you'll straighten your arms. You feel pretty back bendy today, you might take wheel on your forearms. To come into it, you tap your head down and then bring one forearm down and then the other. And then pushing into your forearms, just like Sphinx pose or Dolphin pose, you'll lift your head. Coming out of it can be the scariest part, but I promise if you got in, you can come out. You just tap your head down, one palm down, the other palm down, push yourself up, and then tuck your chin to your chest and roll back onto your back. That's where we'll all be. And then take your feet to the edges of the mat and just knock your knees in to touch. You might even sway your knees side to side. You'll take one final back bend on your own. Whatever that might be, repeating maybe what you just did, or perhaps switching it up a little bit. And just notice what your habitual pattern is here in class, in back bends. If you always do the same thing here, are you doing it because it's a habit, or are you doing it because it's what your body wants in the moment? Habits aren't necessarily a bad thing, but sometimes it serves us a little bit better to find out what we want, what we feel, what we're craving in that particular moment. Maybe it's not the same thing that you always do, especially in our bodies. Our bodies feel different day to day. So it's best to maintain that internal focus, that internal awareness, being curious about what you're craving, what you're interested in, and then honoring that. Taking your time. If there's something that you're working on or something that you're doing that feels really good, you can stay there if you don't want to move. Otherwise, you're coming back onto your back, hugging your knees into your chest, and we'll just take a really gentle twist. Let your knees fall to the right, letting the left arm open. And then simply switching sides, come back to center, both knees to the left. And then come back to center. And you've got one final pose of your choice, lots of options. Might be a happy baby or a supta baddha. It might be an inversion of any kind, maybe with blocks supporting the low back, or perhaps with your legs up against the wall. Just a few final breaths just to close. And eventually, it doesn't have to be in this moment, but eventually you'll find your way to your final shape, your final rest, your shavasana. Whatever that looks like. And again, it doesn't have to look how it always does. It can look like whatever you want to do in this moment. Maybe you're taking up space on your back, maybe you're finding a seat, really whatever it is. Just enjoy yourself, enjoy the opportunity to just be there. Just a few moments together in silence. Eventually coming back to your breath, coming back to your body. Maybe finding a little bit of movement. Maybe bringing your hands to rest somewhere on your body. And eventually finding your way to a seat. Only if you're ready to do so, feel free to stay wherever you are. That's a good place to be. In your seat, you'll bring your palms together. You'll lift your thumbs and rest them against the center of your forehead. We will bow to each other in gratitude. Namaste. Thank you, guys.